Introduction. Religion has historically provided humanity with meaning, morality, and metaphors to interpret existence. In this context, Drishtantoism emerges as a modern philosophical literary movement rooted in the use of drishtanto, allegory, parable, or illustration, as a means of conveying truth. While conventional religions rely on scripture, ritual, and divine authority, Drishtantoism emphasizes human creativity, narrative symbolism, and the transformative power of example. This raises important questions about the relationship between Drishtantoism and religion. Is it an alternative to organized faith, a reformative discourse within religion, or an aesthetic philosophical method that transcends theological boundaries? Drishtantoism, a brief overview. Drishtantoism, a concept originating in contemporary Bangladeshi literary philosophical circles, treats drishtanto not merely as a rhetorical device but as a mode of knowing. It suggests that philosophical and spiritual truths are best conveyed through symbolic examples rather than abstract reasoning alone. Much like parables and sacred texts, Drishtantoism uses relatable, everyday imagery to bridge the gap between the finite human experience and infinite possibilities of meaning. Drishtantoism and the religious tradition. 1. Parables and allegories in religion. Almost every religion, from the parables of Jesus in Christianity, the Jataka tales in Buddhism, to the allegories in the Quran and Hindu Puranas, relies on examples and stories to teach moral and spiritual lessons. Drishtantoism draws on this very heritage, systematizing it into a philosophy of communication and truth-making. 2. Human-centered spirituality. While religion often emphasizes divine revelation, Drishtantoism situates meaning in human narrative creativity. Here, truth does not descend from heaven, but arises from shared metaphors and examples that resonate within communities. 3. Reformative potential. By focusing on example and allegory rather than dogma, Drishtantoism can challenge rigid orthodoxies. It offers religion a way to reconnect with people in symbolic, experiential, and democratic terms. Drishtantoism as an alternative to religion. For some, Drishtantoism may serve as a substitute for institutionalized faith. It does not require adherence to fixed doctrines or rituals. Instead, it values interpretive freedom, metaphorical imagination, and the ethical power of storytelling. In this sense, Drishtantoism can be seen as a religion of narrative, where examples replace commandments and imagination replaces metaphysical certainty. Point of tension. Authority versus creativity. Religion often depends on authority and tradition. Drishtantoism depends on creative expression. Universality versus context. Religious doctrines claim universality. Drishtanto-based truths remain contextual and open to reinterpretation. Transcendence versus immanence. Religion often points to transcendent realities. Drishtantoism emphasizes immanent meaning derived from lived experience. Conclusion. Drishtantoism does not dismiss religion but reimagines its core method of communication, the parable. Where religion binds communities through shared faith in the divine, Drishtantoism proposes shared imagination through examples. In a world fractured by dogma yet hungry for meaning, Drishtantoism can act as both a complement to religious traditions and an independent philosophical path. Its relationship with religion is thus dialogical. It inherits the narrative strategies of religion but transforms them into a secular philosophical practice of meaning-making.